Part 1.
Let's continue our journey on how to build English confidence in everyday life. When learning English, small habits make a big difference. Think about riding a bicycle. The first time you wobble. You feel scared. You may even fall. But you get back up and try again. Slowly, your balance improves. One day you ride smoothly without thinking. Building English confidence is just like that. Each small effort brings you closer to fluency. Let me tell you about another student, Noah. He worked at a hotel. Many guests spoke English. He understood them, but he was too afraid to reply. He thought, "My English is not good enough." One day, Noah changed his mindset. He told himself, "I will try, no matter what." He started speaking to guests with simple phrases like, "Welcome to the hotel," and "Enjoy your stay." At first, his hands felt sweaty. His voice was shaky. But the more he spoke, the more relaxed he became. The more you speak, the more confident you feel. You can do the same. Start small. Use short sentences. Say hello to someone. Ask a simple question like, "How are you?" Every small success builds confidence. Let's talk about self-talk. This is a great technique to improve English confidence. Imagine you are in a store deciding what to buy. Instead of thinking in your native language, think in English. For example, "I need some vegetables. Should I buy apples or bananas? This jacket looks nice." Talking to yourself in English helps your brain think naturally in the language. Another powerful method is describing daily actions in English. For example, when making tea, say, "I am boiling water. I will add sugar and milk. This tea smells great. It may feel strange at first, but it really helps." Listening is also a big part of confidence. Many people focus only on speaking, but listening improves speaking too. The more you hear English, the clearer it becomes in your mind. Do you know what helped Noah the most? He started listening to short English conversations every day. He paid attention to pronunciation and tone. He even repeated what he heard. This method is called shadowing, and it is very powerful. Try this. Listen to an English sentence and immediately repeat it. Your pronunciation will improve, and you will feel more confident. Noah also started watching English movies with subtitles. At first, he read the subtitles carefully. Later, he watched without them. Slowly, he understood more of the spoken words. The more you listen, the clearer it gets. Another great way to build confidence is by asking questions. Many learners hesitate because they want their English to be perfect. But guess what? Even native speakers ask questions. Practice asking simple things. Where is the supermarket? How much is this? Can you please repeat that? Every time you ask in English, you practice speaking. And the more you speak, the more natural English feels. Noah started asking simple questions at his job. Guests responded to him, and he understood their answers. This gave him huge confidence. Now let's talk about an important technique: slow speaking. Many learners think they must speak fast, but speed is not important. Clarity is. If you speak slowly, your words will be clearer and easier to understand. People will listen better, and you will sound more confident. Try this. Pick a sentence and say it slowly and clearly. For example, Today is a beautiful day. I really enjoy learning English. Slow speaking helps with confidence. Take your time to pronounce each word. This will make you feel more in control when speaking. Confidence also comes from preparing for conversations. Think about the topics you often discuss. If you work in a shop, learn sentences related to your job. If you travel often, prepare common travel phrases. This makes speaking much easier. Noah prepared simple sentences before going to work. When guests asked something, he already knew how to reply. This reduced his fear of speaking. You can do this too. If you plan to order food at a restaurant, think about what you will say beforehand. Can I have a pizza, please? I would like some water. How much is the bill? Planning sentences before a conversation helps you feel ready. Let's talk about body language. Many people do not realize this, but your posture affects your confidence. When you stand straight, you feel more confident. When you look at people while speaking, they listen better. Try this. Next time you speak English, stand tall, take a deep breath, and smile. You will instantly feel more confident. Building confidence also means celebrating progress. Many learners focus only on mistakes, but you must also notice what you do well. Noah made a list of small wins every week. One week he wrote, I spoke to 3 guests today. I understood a full English conversation. I learned 5 new words. Recognizing progress motivates you to keep going. The more you focus, the faster you improve. Now I want to share an exercise to help with English confidence. Step 1. Pick a topic like my daily routine. Step 2. Record yourself speaking about it for 1 minute. Step 3. Listen to your recording. Step 4. Do this every day for a week. After a few days, listen to your first recording again. You will hear improvement. This will boost your confidence. Another great trick is role-playing. Imagine you are in a restaurant. Pretend you are ordering food. Act as if you are talking to a waiter. Say, hello, I would like a burger, please. Can I have extra cheese? Thank you. Practice these small conversations. They prepare you for real life. Finally, remember this. Confidence comes from action. Mistakes do not matter. Every time you speak English, you get better. Step by step, you will improve. So now I have a question for you. What is one thing you will do today to build your English confidence? Comment below. Part 2. Let's continue with more ways to build English confidence in everyday life. Confidence grows when you use English daily. Think about brushing your teeth. You do it without thinking because it's a habit. Speaking English can be the same. The more you use it, the more automatic it becomes. Let me tell you about Lily. She loved watching English movies but always used subtitles. She wanted to speak English fluently, but she felt shy. One day she set a goal. I will speak English every day, no matter what. She started small. Every morning she described her day in English. She said, I will make coffee. I have work today. I will call my friend later. By doing this daily, English became more natural in her mind. One important thing to remember is patience. Confidence doesn't come overnight. Just like a tree takes time to grow, your spoken English improves through daily practice. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Lily also tried singing in English. When she listened to music, she sang along. This helped with pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. If you love music, try this trick. Start with slow songs and sing along with the lyrics. Another way to build English confidence is reading stories aloud. When you read aloud, your mouth gets used to English words. You can feel the language as you speak it. Lily read simple stories every night and spoke clearly. Her tongue got comfortable with English sounds. After a few months, she noticed her speaking had improved a lot. Now, let's talk about fear of speaking. Many learners avoid speaking because they are afraid of mistakes. But think about this. How do babies learn a language? They say words wrong. They mix up sentences. But they do not stop. And no one makes fun of them. You should treat yourself the same way. Making mistakes means you are learning. Every mistake teaches you something new. Lily understood this when she spoke to a shopkeeper. She ordered food and forgot a word. Instead of stopping, she explained it another way. The shopkeeper understood her. That moment changed everything for her. She realized, I don't need perfect English to communicate. I just need to try. The more you try, the more confident you feel. Another great habit is talking about your day in English. Before going to bed, think about your day. Say short sentences like, I had a busy day. I finished my work early. I watched a great movie. This helps you think in English naturally. Lily also started using voice messages. Instead of texting her friend, she recorded herself speaking. Her friend listened and replied in English. This helped her gain confidence in everyday conversations. If you have a friend learning English, try sending a 1-minute voice message. It's a fun way to practice speaking. The more you speak, the more comfortable you feel. Another powerful tip: use a mirror to practice. Look at yourself and speak English. Imagine you are talking to a friend. This builds confidence because you see how you express yourself. Lily practiced this every morning. She said, "Good morning, Lily. Today is a new day. You are doing great." This habit made her feel strong in English. Now let's talk about question practice. Conversations are not just about talking. They also involve asking questions. Practice different ways to ask something. Instead of, "Where is the market?" try, "Can you tell me where the market is?" Instead of, "What time is the meeting?" try, "Do you know what time the meeting starts?" Learning different ways to ask things helps you sound more natural and confident. Lily practiced questions by imagining situations. When she went outside, she thought, how would I ask someone for directions in English? How would I order coffee in English? By preparing mentally, she felt more ready for real conversations. The more you plan, the more prepared you feel. Another important thing: don't compare yourself to others. Some people learn English faster. Some speak fluently. But your English journey is unique. Focus on your progress. Lily used to compare herself to native speakers. She felt discouraged. Then she realized, I am doing my best, and that is enough. This changed her mindset. She stopped worrying about being perfect and started enjoying English. Confidence grows when you believe in yourself. I have a challenge for you. Talk in English for 5 minutes today. Pick any topic. Don't stop, even if you make mistakes. Just keep talking. Tell me in the comments, what is one thing you will do today to practice English? I will continue in the next part with more useful tips and stories. Keep believing in yourself, and remember, your confidence is growing every day. Part 3. Let's keep going. We are getting deeper into how to build English confidence in everyday life. Confidence comes from small steps. Every time you speak, every time you listen, every time you practice, you are improving. Even if you don't see immediate results, trust me, you are growing. Let me tell you about Jacob. He worked as a waiter in a restaurant. Many customers spoke English. Jacob understood them but felt nervous replying. Whenever he tried, he froze. His mind went blank. One day he decided, I will not be afraid anymore. I will start small. He made a plan. Step 1. Say hello to customers in English. Step 2. Take orders using short sentences like, what would you like to eat? Step 3. Thank them in English at the end of the meal. At first, he felt awkward. His voice was quiet. He was afraid of mistakes. But each day, it became easier. The more he spoke, the stronger he felt. The more you use English, the more natural it becomes. After 1 month, Jacob noticed something surprising. He was not afraid anymore. Speaking English became normal for him. You have to start small and grow step by step. Now, let's talk about a very effective technique: listening and repeating. If you want to speak well, you must listen a lot. When you listen to English every day, your brain gets used to the sounds. Jacob started listening to short audio clips in English. He paused the audio and repeated what he heard. For example, if the audio said, "Welcome to our restaurant," he paused and repeated, "Welcome to our restaurant." At first, it felt strange, but after 1 week, he noticed his pronunciation was getting better. Try this technique. 1. Pick a short English audio. 1-2 minutes. 2. Listen carefully. 3. Pause after each sentence and repeat. 4. Copy the way they say the words. This method trains your mouth to speak English naturally. The more you repeat, the more confident you feel. Another great way to build confidence is storytelling. Talk about your past, your experiences, your daily life in English. Jacob started telling himself short stories. He would say, "Yesterday I met a new customer. He was very kind. He ordered pasta. I enjoyed talking to him." Even simple storytelling helps you think in English. Try this. Before you sleep, say one small story about your day. Today I woke up early. I made tea. The weather was nice. I went for a walk. I had a busy day at work. I finished my tasks. I learned something new today. These small sentences train your brain to think quickly in English. The more you tell stories, the easier speaking becomes. Let's talk about another key tip. Don't rush. Many learners think speaking fast means speaking well, but that is not true. Speaking clearly is more important than speaking fast. Jacob used to speak too fast because he was nervous. People often asked him to repeat, so he slowed down. He started pronouncing words clearly. The result? People understood him better, and he felt more confident. Try this. Pick a sentence and say it slowly. I really enjoy learning English. Speaking slowly makes me feel confident. The more I practice, the better I get. Slow speaking shows confidence and control. Now, let's talk about something interesting. Changing your inner voice. Do you ever say things like, "My English is bad"? "I will never be fluent"? "Speaking English is too hard"? If yes, you need to change the way you talk to yourself. Instead, say, "My English is improving. I am getting better every day. I can speak English with confidence." Your mind believes what you tell it. Speak to yourself with kindness. Jacob used to tell himself, "I will never be good at English." But when he started saying, "I am growing in English every day," his confidence changed. The more you believe in yourself, the faster you improve. Now, let's discuss another important part. Overcoming fear of judgment. Many learners worry, what if I make a mistake? What if people laugh at me? But think about this. Do you laugh at someone who is learning your language? No. You probably respect their effort. People respect those who try. No one expects you to be perfect. They just want to understand you. Jacob realized this when he spoke to an English-speaking couple at work. He made a few grammar mistakes, but they still understood him. And they smiled. That day, Jacob realized, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to communicate. Confidence is not about perfection. It's about trying. Do not wait for perfect English. Start speaking today. Now, I want you to do something. Try speaking for 5 minutes in English today. It can be about anything. Your day, your plans, your hobbies. Just speak. The more you speak, the more confident you feel. Tell me in the comments, what is one thing you will do today to practice English? I will continue in the next part with more great tips. Stay committed, stay motivated, and remember, you are improving every single day. Part 4. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you stop using it, it gets weak. That's why daily practice is important. Let me tell you about Sophia. She always wanted to join English conversations but felt too scared. She thought, what if people don't understand me? What if I make mistakes? So she avoided speaking. One day she made a decision. She would stop waiting for confidence and start building it. Her first step? Speaking in English a little bit every day. At the grocery store, she started by just saying thank you in English. The next time she asked, "How much is this?" Slowly, she added more words. The more she spoke, the more comfortable she felt. This is an important lesson. Confidence does not come first. You have to act first. Then confidence follows. If you are waiting to feel ready before you speak English, you will wait forever. Start now, even if it's just one simple sentence. The more you take action, the more confident you become. Now, let's talk about thinking in English. This is one of the fastest ways to build confidence. A big mistake many learners make is translating in their head. It makes speaking slow and difficult. Sophia did this too. When she wanted to say something, she thought in her native language, translated it, then spoke in English. This took too long. She trained herself to think directly in English. How? She started small. She looked around her room and named objects in English. Bed, door, window, bookshelf. Then she made short phrases. The bed is comfortable. The window is open. I have many books. Next, she started talking about daily activities in English. I am making coffee. I need to check my emails. The weather is very nice today. This simple habit helped her think faster in English. If you want to build confidence, start training your brain to think naturally in English. The more you think in English, the faster you speak. Another great way to build confidence is recording yourself. I know, many people don't like their own voice, but trust me, this works. Sophia started recording 1-minute audios every day. She would talk about her day, her plans, or a random topic. At first, she felt shy, but after 1 week, she listened to her first recording and was shocked. Her English was improving. Try this exercise. 1. Pick a topic, your weekend, your goals, your favorite movie. 2. Record yourself speaking for 1 to 2 minutes. 3. Listen to it. 4. Repeat this every day for a week. You will start to notice progress, and progress builds confidence. The more you hear yourself speaking English, the more natural it feels. Let's talk about something very important: fear of speaking. Many people don't speak because they are scared of being judged. They think, what if I say something wrong? What if people laugh? But here's the truth. Most people don't care about small mistakes. They just care about understanding you. Think about young children learning their first language. They say things incorrectly all the time. But do people laugh at them? No. People encourage them. It's the same for you. The world is not going to laugh at you. People appreciate that you are trying. Sophia had this fear. She once mispronounced a word in a conversation, and she felt embarrassed. But instead of giving up, she laughed it off and kept talking. That's what you need to do. Don't let mistakes stop you. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time. Not even native speakers. The more comfortable you are with mistakes, the faster you grow. Now, let's talk about the power of small conversations. Some learners think they need long, deep conversations to improve. But short, simple conversations also help a lot. Sophia started small. Each morning, she greeted a coworker. "Good morning, how are you?" At the store, she asked, "Do you have green tea?" At a cafe, she said, "Can I get a cappuccino, please?" She didn't wait for a perfect conversation. She just spoke whenever she could. The more small conversations you have, the easier big conversations become. Here's a challenge. Have one short conversation in English today. It can be with a friend, a coworker, or even yourself. Just say a few sentences. Every conversation you start makes you stronger in English. Now let's talk about watching and learning. Many learners think only speaking helps confidence, but watching people speak also helps. Sophia started watching talk shows, interviews, and vlogs in English. She paid attention to how people used gestures, how they reacted, and how they expressed their ideas. This helped her feel more comfortable with natural conversation flow. Try this. Watch a short English video and observe how people speak. Notice how they pronounce words, how they use expressions, how their tone changes. This will help you sound more natural when you speak. The more you listen and observe, the better your spoken English will be. Finally, let's talk about encouraging yourself. How you talk to yourself matters. If you say, "I will never be good at English," you will feel stuck. Instead, say, "I am improving every day. My confidence is growing. English is becoming easier for me." Sophia started using positive self-talk every morning. She would say, "I am learning. Every day I'm getting better." This small change boosted her confidence. Try this. Every morning, say one positive thing about your English. The more you believe in yourself, the more confident you become. So remember, think in English. Record yourself. Don't fear mistakes. Have small conversations. Watch and learn. Encourage yourself. The more you practice, the more confident you feel. Now tell me in the comments, what is one small action you will take today to improve your English confidence? Part 5. Confidence is not something you are born with. It's something you create. Every small step you take in English makes you stronger. Let me tell you about Daniel. He loved English movies but avoided speaking in real life. He thought, "My English is not good enough. People will laugh." Because of this fear, he stayed silent, even when he had the chance to speak. One day, Daniel decided to change. He told himself, "I can do this. I just need to take small steps." His first step? Speaking for just 1 minute every day. At first, he spoke only to himself. He described his morning. "I woke up early. I made some coffee. I have a meeting today." After 1 week, he felt more confident. So he took the next step, talking to a friend in English. The more Daniel spoke, the more comfortable he became. The key lesson? Start small and build up. The more you speak, the more confident you feel. Now let's talk about how you can get comfortable speaking in public. Many learners feel shy speaking in front of others, but speaking alone can help you practice without pressure. Daniel practiced English in his room. He pretended he was explaining something to a friend. He said, "Let me tell you about my weekend." Today was a busy day, but I learned something new. I watched a great movie, and I want to share my thoughts. By doing this often, he became comfortable speaking English. Try this. Pick a daily topic and talk for 2 minutes alone. No pressure, no fear, just practice. The more you do this, the easier speaking becomes. Another important technique is role-playing. Many learners feel lost in real conversations. They don't know what to say. Daniel solved this by practicing real-life conversations. He imagined himself ordering food, asking for directions, or making a phone call. He practiced. "Hello, can I order a pizza, please? Excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop? Hi, I need some help with my reservation." This made him feel ready for real conversations. The more you prepare, the less nervous you feel. You can do this too. Think about real-life situations and practice dialogues aloud. Now let's talk about using simple sentences to express yourself. Some learners try to speak in perfect grammar immediately. They worry, I don't know enough words. But confidence is not about complex sentences. Daniel learned to keep his sentences short and clear. Instead of saying, I would like to inquire about the availability of rooms at your hotel, he simply said, Do you have any rooms available? Instead of saying, I am considering the possibility of taking a vacation, he said, I want to take a vacation. Keeping sentences simple helped him speak faster and feel more confident. You don't need big words to sound smart. You need confidence. Try this. Next time you speak English, use short and clear sentences. Make the conversation easy for yourself. The more you simplify, the more easily you speak. Let's talk about surrounding yourself with English. If you only speak English in class or for a few minutes a day, confidence takes longer to grow. But if you bring English into your daily life, improvement feels natural. Daniel changed his phone language to English. He started thinking in English instead of his native language. When he saw a car, he didn't translate it. He just thought, car. When he felt hungry, he didn't translate. He thought, I want to eat. This helped him feel more natural using English. Here's a simple exercise. For 5 minutes today, think only in English. Describe what you see, what you feel, or what you plan to do. The more you think in English, the faster you speak. Now let's talk about body language and confidence. Many people think confidence is only about words, but your body posture matters too. Daniel used to look down while speaking. His voice was low. He felt nervous. So he changed his body language. He stood tall, took a deep breath, and looked people in the eye. This small change made him feel more powerful. Try this. Next time you speak English, stand tall and smile. You will feel an instant boost in confidence. The way you carry yourself affects the way you speak. Let's talk about handling embarrassing moments. Mistakes happen. Maybe you forget a word. Maybe you pronounce something wrong. But here's the secret. Most people don't care. Daniel once said kitchen instead of chicken. People laughed, but he laughed too. He didn't stop speaking. That's how he improved. Laughing at your mistakes makes English more fun and less scary. Try this. The next time you make a mistake, smile and keep going. Mistakes help you learn. They are proof that you are trying. Now let's talk about talking to strangers. Many learners practice English only with teachers or friends, but talking to strangers helps boost confidence fast. Daniel spoke to waiters, shopkeepers, and hotel staff in English. At first he was nervous, but each time he spoke, it got easier. Start small. Say hello to a stranger. Ask a simple question like, "How's your day?" The goal is to make English part of your daily life. The more you talk to people, the more relaxed you feel. Let's talk about another powerful technique: imitating native speakers. Have you ever noticed how babies learn to speak? They copy their parents. You can do the same with English. Daniel listened to English speakers and imitated their way of speaking. He copied their pronunciation, their tone, even their pauses. This practice helped him sound more natural over time. Try this. Pick a short English audio clip and imitate the speaker. Copy their style and tone. The more you imitate, the more fluent you sound. One final tip: celebrate small wins. If you had a short conversation in English today, be proud. If you spoke without fear, be proud. Confidence grows when you appreciate your progress. Daniel kept a journal and wrote down one English success every day. I ordered coffee in English today. I spoke to a new friend. I learned 5 new words. This small habit kept him motivated. Try this. Write down one English achievement today, no matter how small. The more you recognize your progress, the faster you improve. So remember, speak a little every day. Practice real-life conversations. Use simple sentences. Think in English. Stand tall and speak confidently. Talk to strangers. Imitate native speakers. Celebrate small wins. You don't need to be perfect to be confident. You just need to try. Part 6. Confidence in English does not happen in one day. It grows little by little. It starts with small actions, repeated every single day. Let me tell you about Emma. She had been learning English for years, but she never spoke. Every time she tried, she felt stuck. Words were in her head, but nothing came out of her mouth. She kept thinking, "I will speak when I feel ready." But months passed, and she never felt ready. One day she realized something important. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes from speaking. The only way to feel ready is to start speaking now. Even if it is just a little, even if it is not perfect, you must start. The more you speak, the more confident you feel. Emma tried a new approach. She promised to speak in English every day, even just for 5 minutes. Her first step? Talking to her reflection in the mirror. She would look at herself and say, "Hi, Emma. How was your day?" "Today was a good day. I finished my work early. I feel happy because I learned something new today." At first, it seemed silly, but this helped her get comfortable hearing her own voice in English. Try this. Look at yourself in the mirror and have a short conversation. It may feel strange, but it really helps build confidence. Now, let's talk about controlling fear while speaking. Many learners panic when they need to speak English. Their mind goes blank, their words disappear, and fear takes control. Emma struggled with this too, but she learned a simple trick to stay calm. She took a deep breath before speaking. Before answering a question, she paused for a second, breathed in, and then spoke. This small habit helped her stay relaxed while speaking. Try this. Before speaking, take a deep breath and slow down. When you speak with a calm mind, you feel more in control. The more relaxed you are, the clearer your English becomes. Another powerful tip is never apologizing for your English. Have you ever said, "Sorry for my bad English. I'm not good at English, sorry"? Emma used to do this all the time. But one day, Her English-speaking friend told her, "Stop saying that. You are learning, and that is amazing." She realized that language learning is a journey. Nobody is perfect. Instead of saying, "Sorry for my English," she started saying, "I'm learning English, and I enjoy it." This simple change helped her feel more confident when speaking. Never apologize for learning. Be proud of every word you speak. Now let's talk about how to keep a conversation going. Many learners start a conversation but don't know how to continue it. They answer questions with short replies like, "Yes," "No," "I don't know." This makes conversations feel difficult. Emma learned a small trick to solve this. Always add extra details to her answers. For example, when someone asked, "Do you like coffee?" Instead of just saying, "Yes," she said, "Yes, I love coffee. I drink it every morning." "How was your weekend?" Instead of saying, "It was good," she said, "It was great. I went to the park and enjoyed the fresh air." This helped her sound more natural and confident. Try this. When you answer questions, add one extra sentence. This will make your conversations more interesting. The more details you add, the smoother your conversations become. Now, let's talk about thinking ahead in conversations. Many learners feel nervous because they don't know what to say next. But did you know you can prepare common answers? Emma did this by writing simple responses to common questions like, "What do you do?" "I work in marketing. I help companies with online advertising." "What are your hobbies?" "I love reading books and cooking new recipes." By preparing these answers, she felt more relaxed in conversations. Try this. Think of 5 common questions in English and prepare your answers. This will make speaking easier. The more prepared you are, the more confident you feel. Now let's talk about watching and repeating real English conversations. One of the best ways to improve your spoken English is copying native speakers. Emma started watching English interviews and vlogs. She picked one sentence, paused the video, and repeated it. For example, video. "I had a great day today." Pause and repeat. "I had a great day today." This helped her sound more fluent and natural. Try this. Pick a short English video and copy one sentence at a time. This is called shadowing, and it's a great way to improve confidence. The more you copy real speech, the more natural you sound. Let's talk about how to handle difficult words. Sometimes you may forget a word while speaking. Instead of stopping, try explaining it in another way. Emma used to freeze when she didn't know a word, but she learned to describe things differently. For example, if she forgot the word umbrella, she said, "It's the thing you use when it rains." If she forgot the word microwave, she said, "It's the machine that heats food quickly." This helped her continue speaking without feeling embarrassed. Try this. Next time you forget a word, don't stop. Try explaining it in another way. The more you do this, the more confident you feel. Now let's talk about the power of speaking first. Many learners wait for others to start a conversation, but Emma learned that starting a conversation gives you control. She began small by greeting people. "Good morning." How's your day going? That's a nice bag. Where did you buy it? These small interactions helped her break her fear of speaking. Try this. Be the first person to say hello today. Start the conversation. The more you speak first, the more natural it feels. Finally, let's talk about celebrating every small achievement. Confidence comes when you recognize your progress. Emma kept an English success journal, and each day she wrote one small victory, like, I spoke English for 5 minutes today. I learned 10 new words. I had a full conversation in English. This helped her see how much she was improving. Try this. Write down one English achievement every day. The more you celebrate progress, the more motivated you feel. Let's review what we learned. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Breathe before speaking to stay calm. Never apologize for your English. Give longer answers in conversations. Prepare for common questions. Watch and repeat real English conversations. Explain words in a different way when you forget them. Be the first to start a conversation. Celebrate your progress. Remember, confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build. The more you practice, the more natural English becomes. Now tell me in the comments, what is one small thing you will do today to improve your English confidence? I will continue in the next part with more useful tips, so keep going, keep practicing, and remember, you are improving every single day. Part 7. Let's continue with more ways to build English confidence in everyday life. Confidence is not built in one day. It grows with every small effort you make. Let me tell you about Ethan. He had been learning English for 2 years but still avoided conversations. He understood English well, but when it was time to speak, he felt stuck. His biggest fear was this question: what if people don't understand me? Because of this fear, he stayed quiet. One day, Ethan decided something important. He would stop worrying about mistakes and start focusing on communication. His first step? Speaking slowly and clearly. Many English learners think they need to speak fast to sound fluent, but that's not true. Speaking slowly helps you sound more confident. Ethan practiced by reading short English sentences out loud, slowly. Today is a wonderful day. I really enjoy learning English. Speaking slowly makes me feel confident. At first, it felt strange, but after a few days, he noticed that people understood him better. Try this. Pick a sentence and say it slowly. Pay attention to each word. The more clearly you speak, the more confident you feel. Now let's talk about learning to express yourself with simple words. Many learners think confidence comes from using big words, but confidence is not about knowing difficult vocabulary. It's about expressing yourself. Ethan found that using simple words helped him speak faster. For example, instead of saying, I require assistance with my mobile device, he simply said, can you help me with my phone? Instead of saying, it is necessary for me to obtain directions, he said, I need directions. Keeping sentences simple made speaking easier. Try this. Next time you speak, use simple words to express your ideas. The more you simplify, the more comfortable you feel speaking. Let's talk about another powerful trick, using hand gestures while speaking. Do you know that using your hands while talking makes you feel more confident? Ethan noticed that when he gestured with his hands while speaking, he felt less nervous. It helped him express his ideas more naturally. For example, when saying, "I went to the store," he pointed behind him. When saying, "I love this book," he held up an imaginary book. This small trick helped him feel more connected to his words. Try this. Use your hands when speaking English. It will make you feel more comfortable. The more you use body language, the easier speaking becomes. Now, let's talk about how to practice English in public without fear. Many learners feel uncomfortable speaking in front of people, but Ethan found a fun way to practice without pressure, talking to himself while shopping. When he walked through the store, he whispered in English, "I need to buy apples and oranges. Where can I find the bread? This is a great price." By speaking quietly to himself, his mouth got used to forming English words. Try this. Next time you go shopping, describe what you are doing in English. It's a simple yet powerful way to train your brain to think in English. Now let's talk about how to react when you don't understand someone. Many learners panic when they don't understand what someone says. But here's the truth. Even native speakers ask for clarification. Ethan learned that it's okay to say, "Can you repeat that, please? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you say that more slowly?" Instead of feeling embarrassed, he stayed calm and asked for clarity. Try this. Next time you don't understand something, don't panic. Just ask the person to repeat. The more calm you stay, the more in control you feel. Now let's talk about why you should read aloud every day. Reading out loud helps train your mouth to say English words. Ethan made it a habit to read for 5 minutes each morning out loud. He picked children's books, short news articles, and quotes. At first he felt slow, but after a few weeks he noticed a big change. His mouth became comfortable with English sounds. Try this. Take a short English paragraph and read it out loud today. The more you read aloud, the more fluently you speak. Now let's discuss how smiling helps with confidence. Do you know that when you smile, you feel calmer? Ethan discovered that before speaking English, if he smiled first, he felt less nervous. Try smiling before your next conversation. It will instantly make you feel stronger. Now let's talk about practicing English while exercising. Ethan combined movement and English. Every time he took a walk, he described things around him in English. The sky is clear. I see beautiful flowers. That dog looks happy. This trick helped him train his brain to think in English. Try this. Next time you take a walk, name the things you see in English. The more you do this, the more English becomes part of your life. Let's talk about how to stay motivated while learning English. Long-term learning is difficult. Some days you feel excited, other days you feel tired. Ethan stayed motivated by setting small daily goals. Instead of saying, "I want to be fluent," he made simple goals like, "I will speak English for 5 minutes today. I will learn 3 new words today. I will have one short conversation today. Seeing small progress kept him excited. Try this. Set one small English goal for today and achieve it. The more goals you complete, the more confident you feel. Finally, let's talk about why you must believe in yourself. Many English learners doubt themselves, but Ethan learned an important lesson. How you talk to yourself matters. Instead of saying, "My English is terrible," he said, "I am improving every day." Instead of saying, "I will never be fluent," he said, "I am getting better step by step." This small change transformed his confidence. Try this. Every morning, say one positive thing about your English. The more you believe in yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. Let's review today's confidence tips. Speak slowly and clearly. Use simple words to express ideas. Use hand gestures while talking. Talk to yourself while shopping. Ask people to repeat if you don't understand. Read aloud every day. Smile before speaking. Practice English while walking. Set small English goals to stay motivated. Believe in yourself and your progress. You don't need to be perfect to be confident. You just need to try every day. Part 8. Let's now go into the final part of how to build English confidence in everyday life. If you've been following along, you already know confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Every time you listen, speak, and practice, you become more comfortable with English. So, let's finish strong with some final tips to help you stay motivated and confident every day. Let me tell you about Olivia. She had been following all the techniques I shared, speaking to herself, reading aloud, practicing real conversations, and thinking in English. But there was one problem. She sometimes lost motivation. Some days, she felt like her English was improving. Other days, she doubted herself. One day, Olivia told me, "I feel like my English is still not good enough." I smiled and told her, "The fact that you feel this way means you are improving. It means you are noticing things, and that is progress." Sometimes you might feel frustrated. That's normal. Even fluent speakers learn new things every day. But here's the secret. If you keep going, you will get there. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Now, let's talk about how to push through frustration and stay confident. Whenever Olivia felt unmotivated, she did something simple. She looked back at how much she had improved. She listened to her old voice recordings and realized her English was much better than before. She read English sentences she used to struggle with, and now they were easy. She remembered times when she was afraid to speak. And now she was having conversations. This reminded her that progress takes time. Try this. Think about one thing in English that used to feel hard but is easier now. Seeing your own improvement will keep you motivated. Let's talk about how to keep English confidence forever. Confidence is not something you reach once and then keep forever. It is like a muscle. You must keep using it. That's why Olivia made a lifelong habit of practicing English. Every morning, she spoke to herself in English. Every day, she listened to at least 5 minutes of English. Every week, she had a conversation in English. She never stopped practicing, so she never lost confidence. Try this. Set a small English habit that you will do every day. Maybe it's speaking for 5 minutes. Maybe it's writing down one sentence. Maybe it's learning one new word. Even one tiny habit can keep your confidence strong. Now let's talk about why you must enjoy learning English. Olivia used to see English as a difficult challenge, but when she started learning with fun activities, everything changed. She watched English comedies. She played language games. She read English books about topics she loved. Suddenly, English was not a task anymore. It was something fun. The more fun you have, the faster you learn. Try this. Find an English activity you love and do it every day. Maybe it's watching funny videos, reading jokes, or talking about your favorite hobbies. When you love English, you learn effortlessly. Now, let's talk about acting like a confident person, even if you don't feel confident yet. Sometimes you might not feel strong in English, but here's a trick. Act like a confident person anyway. Olivia practiced this by standing tall while speaking, taking a deep breath before conversations, smiling before she started talking. At first, she was nervous, but the more she acted confident, the more she felt confident. Try this. Next time you feel unsure, pretend you are already confident. Your brain will believe it, and soon, confidence will feel natural. Now, let's talk about a simple trick to learn faster. Did you know that teaching someone else helps you remember things better? Olivia started explaining English words to her little brother, and she taught him, what does exciting mean? How do we say thank you in different ways? Explaining things to others helped her improve faster. Try this. Teach one small English thing to a friend. Teaching helps you remember better and builds confidence. Let's talk about why mistakes don't matter. Many English learners think they must be perfect to feel confident. This is a mistake. Olivia realized that even native speakers make grammar mistakes sometimes. She learned to focus on communication, not perfection. She told herself, mistakes mean I am learning. Even if I say something wrong, people understand me. The important thing is to keep speaking. Try this. Next time you make a mistake, don't stop. Just keep going. The more you speak, the more natural English feels. Now, let's talk about turning fear into excitement. Sometimes, you might feel nervous before speaking English. But what if you changed that feeling into excitement instead? Olivia practiced this by thinking, I'm not nervous. I'm excited to practice English. This conversation is a chance to improve. Just changing the way she thought made her less scared and more confident. Try this. Next time you feel nervous, take a deep breath and say, I'm excited to practice. Your brain will start to believe it, and confidence will grow. Finally, let's talk about why you should never stop learning English. Olivia reached a point where she felt very confident in English. But did she stop learning? No. She kept improving month by month, year by year. English is a lifelong skill. If you use it often, you stay confident forever. So keep enjoying English, keep practicing, keep speaking, and confidence will always stay with you. Let's review everything we have learned. Confidence comes from action. Speak first, and confidence will follow. Slow down, speak clearly, and use simple words. Practice small conversations every day. Think in English and describe things around you. Use hand gestures and body language to feel natural. Read aloud, watch English videos, and imitate native speakers. Set a daily English habit to keep improving. Teach someone else what you learn. It helps you remember better. Smile before speaking and take deep breaths to stay calm. Change fear into excitement. View every conversation as a chance to grow. You are already on your way to English confidence. You now have all the tools to speak with confidence in everyday life. The final step is to believe in yourself. So I want you to say this out loud right now. I can speak English confidently. I am improving every day. I will not let fear stop me. Now I have one last challenge for you. Go and practice English today in a real way. Say one sentence to a friend, speak to yourself in the mirror, or even order something in English. Take action today, because confidence only grows when you use it. Now tell me in the comments, what is the first thing you will do today to build your English confidence? Thank you for being part of this journey. Keep practicing, keep moving forward, and remember, you are capable of becoming fluent.